Well, hello, thank you for joining me today again on the Church History Trail. You're very welcome to the programme. And where we find ourselves this evening is in the village of DRUMQUIN. And we're actually in the grounds of DRUMQUIN Presbyterian Church. And the reason why we're here is because I'm going to be preaching here tomorrow morning, the 22nd of December at 10:30am. So if you're about the district, why don't you pop in? It would be great to see you. I'll be bringing a wee Christmas message. Now, this present church was opened by the Reverend Henry COOKE, but the first minister of the congregation itself was the Reverend Thomas Anderson, who was ordained in 1794. And prior to this, the congregation was at various times served by the ministers of Castlederg, Kappa, I'll try and pronounce this, Termnakirk and Pettigo. But the new church itself was opened in 1860. Now, on the 21st of November 1861, the Londonderry Standard reported on the opening of this new church. And here's what it said. The Reverend Dr. Cooke conducted the opening services in the new Presbyterian Church, DRUMQUIN. The Reverend Doctor selected as his text Genesis, the 32nd chapter, and the last clauses of verses 26 and 29, from which he preached a most impressive and profitable sermon. At the advanced age of 77, so vigorous both in body and mind, able to read the Bible with ease, without the aid of glasses, it may be said of him, his eye was not dim, nor his natural force abated. So certainly, whoever the reporter was, he was certainly impressed by the Reverend Henry COOKE. And I'm going to show you a couple of ministers' graves up here. I'm also going to read a wee plaque out to you, which gives the date of the church and the builder of the church, the man who had the church built. So that's it up there. So I'll read this out to you. It says, erected by the Reverend John Davidson, 1860. If you can see that. But the Reverend John Davidson also erected this monument here. And it was erected by him in memory of his son, Robert, who died on the 2nd of December, 1878. At the age of 25 years. Also his daughter, Lizzie, who died the 19th of July, 1885, aged 27 years. Also his son, the Reverend, I think that's A.G. Davidson, who for 9 months was the minister of Mildura, Victoria, in Australia. So he ministered in Australia for a time. And he died on the 21st of January, 1891, aged 25 years. But the Reverend John Davidson is also interred here, because it says here also is interred the Reverend John Davidson, who for 47 years was a Presbyterian minister of DRUMQUIN, and he died on the 23rd of July 1893. Isn't that fantastic? 47 years ministry here at this church. That was some going, so it was. No doubt about it. So that's his family who's buried here, but also John himself, the Reverend John himself, is also buried here. And of course, it was him who had the church built in 1860. But there's another minister buried here as well, and that's the Reverend Samuel Douglas Arns, and he died on the 16th of January 1914. And he was a native of, I'll try and pronounce this, Bovia, near Limavady, and he done his theological training in Magee College, Londonderry. So I'm going to read this out to you. It says, Arns, in loving memory of the Reverend Samuel Douglas Arns, and he died the 16th of January 1914. So he was ordained to the ministry on the 5th of December 1895, being appointed minister of the congregation of Kells in County Meath, where he ministered for about 9 years. And then he received the call to common labour here at DRUMQUIN, where he was installed on the 26th of January 1904. And had he been spared, he would have completed 10 years. He was a member of the Presbytery and was an earnest preacher of the gospel who was seldom absent for more than a day from the midst of his congregation. So there you go. So if he had been spared till the 26th of January 1914, he would have served 10 years here, but he was just short of it because he died on the 16th of January 1914. You see the wind has blew a wee pot over there. Now, give it very stormy for today, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Especially away out here in the Spurns. I thought it would have been really blowy, but I had no choice. I had to do a dummy run today to find out where these churches were. So, absolutely fantastic. Those two ministers are buried right beside each other. This is another one. That's very hard to make that out, so it is. And the rain, the wetness of it doesn't help. Very difficult. You can see DRUMQUIN there. I can make that out. DRUMQUIN. And there's also at least one date. I can't make that date out. There's at least one date I can make out, which is down here a wee bit, which is 1902. Very hard to see that in the rain. So there you go, that's DRUMQUIN Presbyterian Church. And I'm going to be ministering here tomorrow morning at 10:30. Be great to see you if you're in the area. So thanks for watching, and God bless.